Hi, my name is Sazsha. Welcome to the Muthaship. Let's see what our messages are today. As I'm laying out the cards, I just noticed the Chariot at the bottom of one of the decks. And it wasn't actually even the Chariot, but I did see through my third eye and through my mind's eye, the message about the Chariot. So I just wanted to bring that up because sometimes when I'm laying out the cards, the questions come in of you, those that are watching. So if any of you are considering moving or moving about, that type of thing, there might be something in here for you. And I'll try to expand on that as well. So at the heart of the reading, we have After the Storm, that's reversed. We have the Death card reversed and the Eight of Cups reversed. So actually this is a message about moving on and completely changing one's not only awareness and perception, but even environment, and really making that break from your previous life. So this is really kind of just addressing that. You've gone through a huge change, not a lateral change where you move from one phase to another or one scenario to another, but a huge transformation where you truly had to let things die in your life and you had to really be reborn. So this is kind of talking about the space and time coming up for you after crossing this line, crossing this boundary, crossing this river. So let's take a peek at the Divine Feminine aspect. We have the Nine of Pentacles reversed, the Four of Cups reversed, Against the Grain reversed, and Seeing the True You reversed, as well as Four of Pentacles reversed, and the Ten of Swords. So this hasn't been an easy time. This has been really, truly painful and abrasive, not pleasant, all of those things, right? And sometimes that's what we have to do. We have to just move through these aspects of our lives and situations and realize that we have things within us that we need to address that are far more important than where we've been placing our energy in previous times. In order to really begin to see our authenticity and what our true self wants and our true self needs, sometimes we do have to make those life-changing and even life-shattering choices. So when we do this, I'm hearing to expand on the word life-shattering. I don't know why that's coming up, but life-shattering is a couple of things. When it's something that we've created in our life that comes from an earlier experience, that earlier experience kind of predetermines our outcome in a sense. So parts of ourselves can literally be shattered outward, and then we have to go and find those pieces of ourselves and bring ourselves back to a whole being again. And sometimes when we are following like the social norms or the preconditioning of those around us, when we bring ourselves into this complete and whole state, or we're working on it, or getting those pieces back of ourselves, and we begin to make our own choices from our own authentic self and our own heart and our own soul, it can look life-shattering to other people because it's so different, or it is like life-shattering. We might have to leave some people behind, and they might have to be picking up the pieces. We might have to like really just go out on our own journey for a time and let those pieces fall where they may. This has to do with having a lot of tower moments and things like that, where our foundation crumbles, the old way of life crumbles because there is no sustainability within it. So it's really important right now to get out of your head and to get away from this thinking aspect that you're used to. You can't think your way through these things right now. Thinking right now with your logical mind is actually counterproductive. There's a strong desire for balance and harmony and stability within your emotions and your wallet. Like, you really want those two things especially to just feel good in your life. But there's a huge imbalance. You may have been really working hard, and I'm even hearing that some of you are just frustrated because you've been working hard and not seeing the payoff or the payout, and also kind of reconsidering, like, have I made the right choices? Because many of us are independent at this stage. So there's also wisdom being brought out of this reading for the Divine Feminine aspect about really going a little bit deeper, because some of you are not looking or facing your own depths. And there's also a message I'm going to speak about. This really has to do with moving into the age of Aquarius, and it has to do with sacred geometry. So we are in the spiral pattern now. This is entirely different than anything you've ever experienced, because the age of Pisces was based more on the flower of life. So you may be interested to look at especially those two geometric patterns, the spiral and the flower of life, and to begin to understand that this time that we've entered into, you cannot logically use the aspects of the past in the same way. They won't work in this new pattern, in this new frequency, because this is all about the spiral now. And it's a very different energy. So that might be helpful for some of you as you're seeing this new true you, this new reflection of yourself. Don't be afraid to look at it, because everything leads you to this moment, to where you are right now. It's very important. And there may be also this feeling of things working against you. And if that's so, there's a message to begin to shift into your own synchronicity. I did post a video with the 13 Moonstone deck, and it did get cut off at the end, but some of you may want to watch the video, because it talks a lot about this central theme as well. So also the Divine Feminine aspect could consider the word flow, current, sharing, reciprocity. These are all things that might help you to get a little bit deeper. So let's move to the Divine Masculine aspect. We have the King of Swords, the Six of Swords, the Ten of Swords reversed, the Princess of Pentacles, releasing allegiances reversed, and diving for light. So I see a lot of mirroring, and I do also want to just remind you that in these types of readings where there's divine feminine and masculine aspects, it's good to go within yourself and use these two sides of the readings within yourself to balance your own inner world, as opposed to looking outside of yourself. So here we have the Ten of Swords reversed. So this is trying to shift out of that mental agitation and confining thought form, changing one's mind, literally, and moving away from things that are not bringing the desired balance and harmony, especially in the monetary realm. And the divine masculine is getting very centered in his own truth and what he wants to speak and how he wants to move in his life. And he's having this awareness about moving away from people that he's been very attached to, and also these can be ideas and thought forms and social conditionings and things like that as well. But he is having that reflection within himself, and he is getting more balanced within his masculine and feminine polarity. And this is allowing him to have a little bit more freedom in his, not only his imagination, but what he wants for his life. It's opening him up in that way. Let's get a few more cards out. So we have the Star reverse, the Five of Cups reverse, and the Prince of Wands reverse. Still some challenges with really having that higher vision of who he is and his light in the world, but he does recognize it within himself, and he's kind of in that place of trying to figure out how to own his power and his passion. And even I'm hearing like it can be partially mental too, what he thinks about himself, what his self-worth is all about, and also what he loves to do, and how he sees himself in that view of doing what he loves. So he's moving away from this energy of feeling that confusion in his heart, though. Things are changing for him, and he's just in that opening stage. Let's get a few more cards for the divine feminine aspect. We have the Queen of Wands, the Tower, and the Hermit. So this is beautiful, because all of these things that have been, like I mentioned before, these big changes and this really challenging energy, this is your chance to have those openings in your life where you can see clearly again and have your third eye open to see the truth. And there's a message about, as you're seeing these new truths in your life, to really claim your own like love and vitality, passion, seeing the true you. This is where this energy comes in. And also the Hermit card is a reminder that as you take this deep satiating time for yourself, this reflection time, this time where you can integrate and understand who you are again, know your own essence again, really reconnect with yourself. This is a beautiful time where you can not only understand your own light, but you can then begin to shine more brightly and show up in your own reality as like a better version of yourself, and to hold that light for others as well. There's still a few things that are in the hidden realms, and I'm also seeing like some of the aspects to work on are very practical right now. There are also notes to this card about getting into your own flow. That message is just reiterated about getting into your own synchronicity, but taking care of your physicality as well, and realizing that you are a fourfold body, and you need to like really devote time and action and energy to all four of yourselves. So let's get a few guidance cards. For the Divine Feminine, we have Sarasvati. This is all about your expression. So there's a huge need and call to be creative and to express yourself. And to be putting your energy out into the world. So the central heart of the reading, we have sensitivity, the white Tara. And this is the reminder that you need to honor that sensitivity within yourself. I feel called to mention that I do have the foundations for empath intensive. Many of you are empaths. Starseeds can greatly benefit to working with your energy body and understanding how to do that. And this is part of the courses that I created for that. So if you feel need to work in your energetic system, I have tools for that. But the white Tara reminds you to avoid things that are harsh relationships, strong and negative energies, even toxins in your water, in your food, anything that brings your vibration down. For the Divine Masculine, we have Sekhmet, we have be strong. This is remembering the inner resilience and getting fine-tuned in your own passion and power. And this is also the reference to the Chariot card that I saw at the beginning, where the polarity within oneself is balanced in such a way that you can go anywhere that you want to go. You can reach new heights. That inner strength that you have within you is more powerful than you can even imagine.